Hi, I'm Addison,
I'm Michaela.
and this is our video about the bicycle thieves and my uncle.
The colored one. The colored movie.
We hope you enjoy.
Okay.
The is really great. Are we still recording?
We could oh,
So, in the bicycle thief, I definitely noticed that they were kind of pushing this idea of almost like Russian cinema, promoting the proletariat, because obviously Antonio's whole problem is that he doesn't have a job. He's working class. He needs a job to survive. And so we're really seeing this glorification like we were seeing with Russian cinema. But in terms of neorealism, we're also seeing like this focus on people that aren't actors, because there's so many shots that aren't focused on named actors. It's just life happening, which we also saw a lot in Russian cinema.
Yes. Kind of comparing and contrasting the two movies, because you mentioned the poverty. Why did I say it like that? I don't know. Anyways, so like with the poverty, and I think the movie, I could be wrong, was probably made around the time of a war.
Sometime in the 50s, I want to say.
Okay, because I know this enough from the other movie. I'm pretty sure it was made after World War II.
It was made, 1958.
So it's like kind of more of a happy vibe, I guess. Like, well, outwardly at least. The colors obviously like contrasting,
right?
And then there's the characters too. So there's the mom and dad who live like in this frivolous house of made inventions I don't actually need, like the shelves that only open for like 30 seconds, so you can toss in your things, and then so it's automatic, but it's useless essentially. And then the tables they have to push out themselves. They have to walk around, open the door. It's a whole thing.
Just frivolous, kind of poking fun at the rich and the frivolous things that they will spend their money and their time on.
Yeah, it kind of leads into existentialism, because in the two movies, like, the point of their lives, for the bike thief is like to basically live another day, essentially. Like, they're working to work, learning to work.
He's just trying to like get by.
And then the other movie, it is like they're just have this house because they can. They have all these machines with hand. They have these curvy paths, these steps. Right. They can only step on the stones. They can't step on the grass or the gravel. They have to step on the stones. They have these fancy hats that look a little stupid, and because it's probably expensive. Like,
right.
Like, compared to contrast, like, their point of life is to have things. In the bicycle thief, their point of life is to live, like, survive.
Yeah, I feel like in the second movie, you're seeing a lot of the point of life being having a lot of material things to signify your social standing. And I feel like in the bicycle thief, you see more of the point of life being just to live, to be alive, and to continue being alive.
Yeah. We should probably talk about how that's affected by quinoa, but
so, like, as I was saying before, we're seeing a lot of this very similar thing to Russian cinema in the bicycle thief, where we're seeing the proletariat kind of being prioritized, and even not so much glorified, but definitely being like the main focus and being lifted by the attention of the camera, right?
Yeah.
So that plays into quinoa, and the fact that quinoa was just meant to show the way life as it was for the working man, for the proletariat. And we see that in the bicycle thief, because the entire story is based in a working class society. We don't see any of the bourgeoisie per se. We're seeing strictly, working class individuals getting through their lives.
Kind of like focusing on how this is like shown through the movies. It's kind of both of them are like the kind of shown in like a montage type format. Technically, it's kind of more show don't tell. So, like in the My Uncle, I think it's
My Uncle,
My
yeah.
Uncle. It's a lot of they don't say like, oh, this is really inconvenient, or they don't comment on like the windy path. They just do it, but you in your mind you're like, that's stupid. Why are they going around? And it's shown multiple times. That's why it's like kind of like a montage type thing. It's shown multiple times how difficult this makes their lives, but they have it. And then in the Bicycle Thief, it's like you see all of the what's it called? Like the shots of him looking for his bike, having help looking for his bike. Like it all culminates into like showing how the characters react to situations they're in.
Right. And, playing into the idea of montage, the way that constantly you're seeing these affluent people and the way that they live and the frivolity of their existences, juxtaposed against the uncle's way of life, very, very working class. So you're seeing a lot of the shots be cut together in such a way that you're seeing affluence immediately followed by the working class. Like that scene where there's the cabinet and he's trying to open the cabinet and he can't open the cabinet, and it goes on for just minutes of him trying to open this cabinet. That was definitely symbolically, a way of showing the huge gap there was there. But a lot of times you also see the mansion being juxtaposed against his house, which is in a very working class neighborhood.
Yeah, like the shots of the house are like kind of condensed into frames essentially. So like there's like the frame of the entrance, frame of like the garage, frame of like the open area of the house, and then his house, it's like kind of we only see like two shots, one of like just his like apartment and the whole house, and it's like he has to walk through every single house to get to his house, and they have to like, walk through. It also helps like show that he's kind of the contrasting character in the whole movie,
right?
And yeah, there's probably talk more about the Bicycle Thief.
So in the Bicycle Thief, I feel like the Bicycle Thief is definitely more. The Bicycle Thief is very. I feel like the Bicycle Thief plays better into the whole Kino-eye thing. Because I feel like in My Uncle you see the different sides of the social
structure.
So thank you. Social hierarchy, that's the word I was looking for. But in the Bicycle Thief, you're purely seeing the proletariat class. So I feel like they really did make use of Kino-eye there, because you see there's a lot of like wide angle shots where you're just seeing all of these people who are working class, who are just going about their days. You're seeing a lot of focus and attention being put on that particular social cast. Which I also think it's worth mentioning how, by contrast to the wide shots that are used, these wide kind of further away shots that you see a lot of in the Bicycle Thief to show the size of the cast, you're seeing more of the close angle shots in My Uncle, because we're focusing on a smaller social cast. I feel like neorealism and Kino-eye are very closely intertwined, because you can't really focus on actors who aren't actors without focusing on the working class, because acting in today's society comes with this certain connotation of affluence.
I think like neorealism is most prevalent in The Bicycle Thief, like out of all things, because like obviously I don't know like the process of making this movie, but like at least it seems like with the amount of like people they had and the amount of like the acting, I can't lie, not the best. So it makes you seem like these were like actors, like people who haven't probably had prior experience to acting, but have been put into this movie to show everyday life essentially at that point, like fighting for jobs, like having certain requirements, and basically putting your life out to get these requirements. It's probably like not much of a stretch for people to like be able to act in this movie in that scenario.
Right.
Is that all?
I think that was it. Yeah.
Okay. Just in case, this is what we're looking at. You can't see the words, but we had notes. I promise. We weren't cheating. Anyways, I think that's it. So, I guess. Bye.